Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. A short video of a few minutes. Let's watch together. If you really want, I'll give you my opinion on the subject. Come on, let's go, people.
We know that Jesus announced the good news of the coming of the last prophet. In your reading of the Bible, have you ever encountered such information?
Yes. Often in the early Gospels, not in John, the least historical, in the early Gospels, Jesus speaks of the Son of Man who is to come, not of himself. He speaks in the third person. There is someone else.
So right immediately after him, Son of Man, a messenger who will present himself after him.
They often say that Jesus is speaking about himself, but it's a bit strange because Jesus talks about himself, then shifts to the third person and speaks of someone like the Son of Man who is to come. People like Bart Ehrman and others, the American specialist in the New Testament, have said that Jesus was talking about someone else who was to come. The word Muhammad is absolutely not mentioned in the Greek of the New Testament, and because these Gospels have been corrupted and altered, we can still see strong indications that Jesus was speaking about someone else, and it was historical. And even in John, in fact, in chapter 14 and so on, we see allusions to someone else other than Jesus.
References to someone else, yes. They believe that they have falsified the book because they do not find the name of the one who announced it.
The fingerprints are therefore present, even in the Gospels that we have today.
What is the main thing that convinced you that Islam is 100% the truth?
The thing I discovered that completely impressed me unexpectedly is the opinion and teaching of the Prophet Muhammad on what he has.
We therefore indeed believe in what he said about what he said. He actually finds it very strange that Jesus speaks in the third person and that there is no name, the name of Muhammad. There is no name of the one who announced him. Okay? In fact, you just need to go to chapter 61 of the Quran, verse 6 of chapter 61. And there, our beloved Jesus, the son of our beloved Mary, peace be upon them, announces and gives the name of the one who will come after him. He addresses the children of Israel, the male believers and the female believers. He is one of the banned Israelis. It does not refer to the Jews. And so, he announced the coming of a messenger who will appear after him. His name is Ahmed. That's why he does not find the name of Muhammad in their writings, because Muhammad is a qualifier, the bearer of praise, and it speaks of Jesus. So Jesus speaks. He announces the coming of a messenger. And if he had announced Muhammad, he would be speaking of himself, an hologram. So it doesn't actually make sense for him to speak about a coming messenger in the third person and to name him Muhammad, Muhammadun, while he is the one carrying the extension. It's just logical.
Be sure. You know, when we talk about great historical figures on British television and in Western literature, we go from Plato and Caesar, Julius Caesar, to Alexander the Great, and then to Napoleon Bonaparte, and we never mention the Prophet Muhammad. He is never mentioned, and I think to myself, it's extraordinary. He comes from the same region of the world as Jesus and Moses, and yet he is ignored.
And yet he is ignored. Oh yes, Jesus announces a messenger who will come after him. He is therefore not present at the time of Jesus and Moses. Peace be upon them and their families. Why would he be mentioned, since he has not yet come? It's as simple as that. But this gentleman, it seems to me, apparently, I have the impression that he has converted to Islam, to Muslimism. He needs to look at verse 6 of Surah 61, which gives the exact name by Jesus, the son of Mary. And there, everything will fall into place in his mind. He will understand. In fact, we announced Ahmed, but we were made to believe it was Muhammad. While Muhammad is Jesus, the son of Mary. Therefore, he cannot be mentioned during the time of Moses and Jesus, as he must come after them. That is to say, today.
Thera, his life, which is well authenticated, is not a myth. We know that he truly existed, the most extraordinary human being regarding this man.
Well, he has fallen into the hadiths. That is to say, he has left. He has left. It seems to me, I might be saying nonsense. Well, it's not very important, but it's the feeling I have that he has left Christianity today. He has joined the Muslim community, and there he has jumped in with both feet into the hadiths, the Surah of the Prophet, etc. So there you go. That's why he is mistaken. He is misguided and does not understand what is happening. The life of the Prophet is not mentioned. They're prophets, okay? Mohammed, all right? So that we just understand each other. In the Quran, there is no account of Ahmed. Even less of Muhammad. There is the account of Ahmed when God speaks to him, when he tells him, say this, say that, etc. But there is no account. It is not narrated, in fact. Why is it not recounted like we can see the stories of some, Jesus, Moses, Abraham, etc., Noah, John the Baptist, etc., Elijah, peace be upon him and his family? Because when Ahmed comes, it's live. It is live. Indeed, God says that he is truly sending a messenger to all the people of the world and beyond. I do not strike a nation without having indeed sent among them a messenger. So the story is not written because people will see it, whether they refuse or not, but they will see it. The story is written during the coming of the great messenger Ahmed, announced by the messenger prophet Jesus, the son of Mary.
All right. The teaching presented there seems very close to what I have read in the Gospels, in Luke, for example, or in Matthew. I believe there are still many true things in the Gospels. So, when I saw the teachings of Muhammad, obviously there are still some true things.
Some have put their dirty hands on it, but obviously, the Quran refers us to the Torah, the Gospel, and the Psalms.
Being with him, I recognize the characteristics of an authentic spiritual master. This is what troubled me when I accepted Islam, as I saw the connection between Jesus and Muhammad.
The link between Jesus and Muhammad, verse 6 of chapter 61 of the Quran.
Prophet Muhammad was one too. If Moses was a prophet, Muhammad certainly was as well, because they are identical. They are interchangeable. They were both leaders of nations, generals, legislators, spiritual guides, fathers, except that the difference is that Moses,
the messengers and prophets, after the dream, it's in your siren,
was sent to Israel. Muhammad was sent to everyone.
What impressed you the most about our prophet, peace be upon him, all of humanity? He would do well to open the Quran and see what is said about our beloved Jesus, the son of Mary, peace be upon them. Jesus was sent for humanity from the first to the last. He is the Word. God has made his word dear. Jesus, who was sent for humanity. Notably in chapter 5 of the Quran and others, I can't recall off the top of my head, Jesus was sent as a sign, as the sign of the hour. He was sent for humanity. They have made this false prophet Muhammad the best of men, and he fell for it.
He waits to deceive everyone and takes them away. He has 5 seconds left.